Working Week this week, the energy company moving its headquarters to Nottingham and bringing new jobs to the city.
The people of Nottingham meet with our ethos. They're hard-working, reliable. There's a plethora of employment within Nottingham, and we're looking to attract some of the best people in Nottingham to come and work for us.
And I'll be asking, what is so good about Nottingham? Why would any business want to move here?
It's got 2 universities, so the kids bring a different element to it. It's just got loads to offer. Old, young, whatever you want to do, it's here.
Because it's constantly growing, more people are moving here. There's hundreds and thousands of students here every year.
Hello and welcome to Working Week. I'm Rob Pittham.
And I'm Des Coleman.
This week we're looking at inward investment.
And on a beautiful day like this, why wouldn't anyone want to move to a wonderful city like this?
Glorious, isn't it? And Jane Dodge has been to meet one firm that's done just that, bringing with it dozens of new jobs for Nottingham.
Thanks, Rob. I don't know about you, but I seem to spend my life reminding my kids to switch off appliances like kettles, computers, lights, in an attempt to save the pennies. Not that it's done much good in the last few years. Fuel prices have just gone up and up and up. But a new energy supplier has just opened an office in Nottingham, and it's telling local businesses it can save them money. It's called U-Energy, and it's taken 2 years to get up and running. It's aiming to shake up a fiercely competitive market and comes hot on the heels of changes designed to make it easier and quicker to switch suppliers. U-Energy currently employs 22 people, with plans to increase that to 60 in the future. Based at Nottingham Business Park near junction 26 of the M1, its office was officially opened by the city's Lord Mayor earlier this month. Well, the man behind this new venture is Bobby Callar, and I'm joined by him now. Bobby, what marks you out? What makes you different to any of the big 6 energy suppliers?
Well, we think the big 6 have lost touch with their customers, the people who they have committed to serve. Here at U-Energy, we treat the customer as an individual. So what we want to do is make sure that the customer is signing contracts and getting into an obligation that they know and agree, and not being rolled over or renewed or given complicated end dates, contract end dates. I think what we are attempting to do is help the customer so that they can work on their business as opposed to working on something which is really a necessity within their business.
So if both of you want to just have a look at this.
It's Glenn Deacon's first day at U-Energy.
This is quite helpful. In fact, let me send you this link. Now you're on emails.
He's getting some training before he starts for real as a sales advisor. It'll be his job to persuade businesses to switch to U-Energy.
You're paying a little bit more than you should be. Maybe you're paying 4 pence per kilowatt hour. It really does range.
Glenn, it's your first day in the job. How are you feeling?
Quite nervous. Getting used to learning something new.
What was it about U-Energy that appealed to you to come work here?
It's a new business starting up. Obviously coming in, setting up a brand new office like we're setting up now, kind of building a team around us instead of us coming in and joining an existing team. So we're fresh-faced, all of us. We're just literally all coming in and learning at the same time.
Good afternoon, U-Energy. Kelly speaking. How can I help?
Not everyone is new here.
Hello, Mr. Joe Howe.
Kelly Darlington has been with the company for 4 years. What do you like in particular about working for U-Energy?
It's very fresh. It's got a really family environment and a family feel. Everybody's really friendly. It's really fun to work here.
The standing charge is a daily charge.
I know mine was 14p a day.
U-Energy is planning to take on more staff, including 2 apprentices, in the next few months. It hopes to have 6,000 customers on its books by 2019.
A meter reading, yes, I can take that for you.
What is it in particular about Nottingham in terms of the type of people that are on offer to employ?
Well, the people of Nottingham kind of meet with our ethos. They're hard-working, reliable. There's a plethora of employment within Nottingham, and we're looking to attract some of the best people in Nottingham to come and work for us.
So U-Energy bringing more jobs into Nottingham, but what's being done to attract more companies like them into the city? Let's hear now from the council.
So this is the canal site, and Nottingham 1, you can see just here, actually went into administration when it was being built, which showed you where the economy was then. It's now being completed, and it's going to house a lot of people who will be really important to the local economy, living in the city, working in the city. very slowly we're starting to really rebuild the economy. It's not easy, but I think we have...
What incentives can the City Council offer businesses to come and invest here?
Well, we have access to finance now that we didn't have a couple of years ago. So we've got loan schemes, we've got grant schemes, we've got a big venture capital fund, 40 million. The city's never had anything like that before. And we've got a number of business support programs, accelerator programs that are really helping small businesses develop and plan and expand. We also have a grant technology fund, a £10 million fund that is really starting to help some of those SMEs develop and expand and take on employees. So, 3-4 years ago we had nothing like that. So it's been a big transition. It's been hard work getting it there. But I think now we can genuinely say that we've got an offer that can rival any city, actually. And that's so important because when we're trying to get big investments into the city, we have to compete with other cities. And if we can't say that we can offer more than them, we find those employers will go elsewhere.
So if I was an investor, what would make me come here rather than, say, Sheffield? What could you offer me?
Well, I mean, we have the best transport infrastructure in the country, I think. We're the most energy self-sufficient city in the country, so we have a modern economy. We want to see a really modern Nottingham developing over the next few years. We have support for business, we have access to finance, and we have lots of space that we didn't have a few years ago. Buildings coming up all the time, and we have 2 fantastic universities, FE colleges, so we can supply the skills as well. So increasingly there is a really heady mix, if you like, that I think business are going to find attractive. And that's really important because, as you say, we're competing with Sheffield and Bristol and Newcastle and Leeds, and we want Nottingham to be the place that people want to come and invest. I think we can credibly say that we're ahead of the pack now. I'm not sure we could a couple of years ago.
What about the future? Have you got any big names who are coming here in terms of investment packages?
I couldn't tell you if we did, but yeah, we
do.
Go
on, try.
We're talking to quite a few different companies at the moment. We're going to see some big announcements over the next few weeks, actually. So there's lots.
In what sector? Can you give us a hint?
Well, our target sectors are tech, high knowledge sectors, and that's really where we're putting our resource at the moment. And so, yes, you will see some interesting names, I think, over the coming months and years, but you'll also see lots of SMEs, lots of small companies coming here, growing here, and actually that's where the future of the economy is. It's not credible anymore to say that we want a big employer that will employ 2,000-3,000 people like Imperial Tobacco used to do. That's not the way modern UK economy works. We have to build businesses and have lots and lots of SMEs who are going to deliver that growth.
Well, that's what the experts say. But why do you think businesses should move to Nottingham? What have we got to offer companies moving here? Why do you think businesses should move to Nottingham?
It's quite central, easy access to the motorway. It's an exciting answer. I don't know, I think it's easy to get to. There's quite a few big companies here already, which might attract other people. A variety of people, a lot of people come to the unis here, which are good.
It's a big town. I think it's nice town, nice people I like.
There's a lot of culture in the city, a lot of music, lots of art and things like that, so I think that sort of can attract a certain demographic of people and businesses, I guess.
It is vibrant because when the kids are here at universities, we've got 2 universities, so the kids bring a different element to it. It's just got loads to offer. Old, young, whatever you want to do, it's here.
It's a nice place to be, it's near the M1. When the A453 is done, it'll be a lot better. But it's one of the biggest cities in the country, so yeah, it's awesome.
It's got a good nightlife. You just have to watch where you go.
Would that nightlife pull businesses in, though?
Well, why not? Why not? Good for the hotels, I should imagine.
Well, that's the views on the street. Now let's get the latest business news with Richard Baker, who's at the Nottingham Post newsroom.
We're going to go for a bit of a spin this week. We'll start off with a company which literally makes the wheels go round. That company is called Romax Technology. It's a Knox business which makes software that allows car companies to develop new gearboxes in the virtual world rather than building loads of expensive physical prototypes. Now, if you drive a car, then it's almost certain that you're using something which was designed using a program which was developed here in Nottingham. And the reason why Romax is in the news this week, that they've spent £5 million on a brand new headquarters building, and interestingly, it's actually on the site which used to be occupied by a company called Sturmey Archer. Now, if you were one of those people who used to pedal around on a rally bike when you were a kid, you'll remember Sturmey Archer because it too made gears. So what goes around comes around. While we're in engineering mode, we should also mention a company called TEW Group, T-E-W. They're based out at Lenton, like Romax, and they design all kinds of electronic controls and display systems. And if you've ever been to St Pancras railway station down in London and you've looked on the display board to find out when the Nottingham train's going to be leaving, that display board was designed and made up here in Nottingham by TEW. They've secured £10 million worth of new business over the past 3 months, which is an incredible achievement, and they're going to be taking on some new staff as a result of that. From some seriously good news to a company which reckons that business is actually a bit of a laughing matter. The company is called Laughing Matters. It's a social enterprise and it teaches business people how to inject a bit of humour into all those boring business meetings. The serious side is that the people who run it reckon that if you do have a bit of fun at work, you're much more likely to perform better. We're going to end this week with a company called Learning Through Music. It's an education business which is based in Bingham, and it uses music as a fun way to teach people difficult arithmetic. It produces CDs which put maths to music, and one of the things that it's done, would you believe, is have a hip-hop times table. Now, this is one of those stories which is absolutely crying out for somebody to break into a rap, and that's probably a good moment for me to hand you back to Des and Rob.
Ooh, a challenge from Richard Baker just as we head into the break. Well, 2 problems with that for me, Des. I can't do rap and I can't multiply. Any ideas?
Yeah. Well, this is my rap and I would tip my hat. And if you want to hear my rhyme, Rob, give me a chime.
Bong, bong.
No, it ain't Big Ben, mate. It ain't Big Ben.
Needs a bit of work.
Yeah, it does.
See you in a short while.
Hello. And welcome back.
And in this half we'll be looking at the jobs fair in Hucknall and meeting the kids who are learning how to handle their cash at a very young age.
Grown-ups pay loads of stuff with their money, for example food, clothes, somewhere to live and electricity like their rent.
And I'll be asking, what would you buy if you had all the money in the world?
Buy a yacht.
A house.
A one-way ticket around the world.
Well, you're going to need a decent job to afford all the things on those wish lists, but Helen McCulloch has been to a jobs fair in Hucknall.
We're here at the John Godber Centre in Hucknall at a jobs fair organised by the Nottingham Evening Post and local councils. There's over 30 exhibitions here today, everything from A to, well, Y at least. Unemployment in Hucknall is at 8%. Youth unemployment is even higher, around 12%. That's something the council here is keen to tackle.
This is the second one we've had in Hucknall and the third one we've had in Ashfield as a district, and it's here to give the opportunity for local people to Hucknall to see what's on offer out there. These are people that maybe have been made redundant, maybe want to think about changing their career paths at any age, and also the potential for apprenticeships.
And in conjunction with the Nottingham Post, more events like this will be taking place across the county.
We have 2 of the job fairs coming up. We have our next one, which is for Broxtowe District Council, and that's being held on the 1st of July at the Pearson Centre in Beeston, and we're hoping to have 30 exhibitors there. And then the last one that we're doing is for Gedling Borough Council, and that's at the Richard Herod Centre, and that's on the 22nd of July.
Organisers hope job fairs will go some way to driving down unemployment.
We have big problems in Nottingham and Nottinghamshire with youth unemployment, and also this is a great opportunity for this particular council to provide an event that employees can come to, meet employers, maybe provide and source alternative ways of fulfilling that, so through training or further education.
It's so important to upskill people. There used to be a saying, of course, lifelong learning, and this is an opportunity for lifelong learning. You are never too old to change your career path. Never too old. If you're unhappy and you think that you've got more potential within yourself, come to a jobs fair and see what is on offer that might spark you.
And if you want to be seen by hundreds of employers across Nottinghamshire, send us your video CVs. Show potential bosses your skills and personality. Email us at news@workingweektv.com.
Well, these youngsters look pretty carefree, probably too young to be worrying about jobs, but how much do they know about looking after their finances? Might seem like a daft question, but in fact, Jane Dodge has been to one school in Nottingham that's won a national award for teaching its pupils to be money savvy.
Our learning objective for this lesson is I can give reasons for my money decisions. We're going to be looking today at things that we hold important, things that we value. Giving you a bit of a clue. What do you think value might mean? Talk to the person next to you, your partner. What does value mean?
Children at Dunkirk Primary School are talking money.
Right, hands up. Who's got an idea what value might mean? Elijah?
Well, there's two types of value, personal value and money value. Money value is like if I went to the shop and bought a packet of sweets for 50p, that 50p would be that packet of sweets value. But personal value means that something means a lot to you.
So Elijah was right.
We can all remember doing money sums in maths lessons at school. It was pounds, shillings and pence in my day. But this lesson is about more than just numeracy. It's called life skills.
I think I'm going to put pets on the same line as family because in my house, my pets are my family.
The idea is to make children from as young as 5 more savvy about the value of money.
Food's probably more important than all of them because it helps us to survive.
What changes have you seen over the last 2 years since you've introduced this subject within the curriculum?
I think it's meant for the school that the teachers are changing the way they're teaching. They're doing more things like this lesson, where it's not necessarily write everything down and all the evidence behind it. I think children sometimes just need to talk and debate things, and I think that really is come across in all lessons. For example, before we got the award, I asked a child where money came from, and they said, oh, it comes from the bank, and they just assumed it was there. And now you ask the same child, oh, well, my mum and dad earned it, and you can really see that they've understood where money comes from and what they need to be able to do to be financially safe when they're older. Hands up. Which is more important, food or pets? Help me out here. Kyra. The lesson itself was if they could have anything in the world that they wanted, had all the money in the world, what would they want? And then we'll think about needs. If you only earned a certain amount of money within your work or with pocket money, what are the important things? What do you need? We've got food.
In theory, that should mean less pestering of parents.
We've got shelter. What's shelter mean?
Shelter means like when you've got a roof over your head, like we've got our house to protect us.
We teach it here in foundation, which are the really little ones, in terms of tuck shops and pretend shops and things like that, and then right up to the values of things in year 5 and 6. And I just think because they're already spending money at that age, they're already saving for things in their pocket money, so why should they wait until they're secondary school to understand about that pocket money that they're getting? It's better to, as soon as they get it, to learn about the values of money than wait till afterwards.
Money is special to us. You can use money for lots of different things.
And what about the value of money? What have you learnt about the value of money?
Value, things which are valuable to you and things what are special. If I'd want something, I would want a mansion to live in, or if I need something, I would need food. We learnt how to add the money up and take the money away, and how a way to use them and how you get the money.
And have you gone home to your mum and dad and told them anything about money and about what you've learnt?
Yeah.
What have you told them?
I told them that we learnt how to spend money and what to buy, which is important, and what you need to spend the money on.
And what do you think is most important, wanting or needing?
Needing.
In the end, yes, we can all want things, but we can't always have them, at least straight away. We need to learn the benefits of saving, or understand that we can't have everything that we want.
Pets are living things, and a mansion is just like...
Dunkirk Primary is one of 21 schools across the country involved in this project. It's run by a charity called PFEG, Personal Finance Education Group, and the information services company Experian, which has its headquarters in Nottingham, is funding it, £360,000 over 3 years. Dunkirk School is now recognised as a centre of excellence in financial education. There's an old saying that money slips through fingers like sand through an hourglass, and it seems that's particularly true for people in Nottingham. The information services company Experian has done some research which shows Nottingham second to bottom when it comes to people's ability to handle their own money.
We've used Experian data to sort of rank areas of the country based on what we've termed financial sophistication. So that looks at things like how capable people are with financial issues and whether they're actually using financial products like bank accounts and savings and so on. And Nottingham unfortunately came out quite badly in the research. So clearly it's an opportunity for us, being right on our doorstep, to start working in schools like Dunkirk and try to make a difference and affect a change there.
You know, at this school we have a mixture of parents. Some are below the poverty line, some are really far above it. They come from different countries to study and are you know, quite well off. But both sets of parents still need to learn finance and learn money matters and life skills. And I think the children go home having learnt this sort of thing and talking to their parents about it. And hopefully the parents are taking it on board as well.
Hello, welcome to Wimple's Tuck Shop. How can we help you?
Can I please have one ice cream? Of course.
It may be let's pretend at the age of 10, but the idea is that when these children grow up and have their own bank accounts and mortgages, they'll be more adept at keeping in the black. And it's an idea that's taking off. From September, financial education will be a compulsory part of the national curriculum in every secondary school in England.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Hi, can I have a lollipop?
Well, it seems as though the kids know what they put a value on, but how about you? What couldn't you live without?
What couldn't I live without? I'm going to go for a really basic answer, my Casio watch, because I really love my Casio watch. I've had it for 12 years and it keeps me on track to being organised. It tells me the date of the week, and yeah, it helps me be a better human being, I think.
What couldn't you live without?
My friends and my phone.
If you had all the money in the world, yeah, what would you buy?
A house. A one-way ticket around the world. Buy a yacht. Yeah, sail the world. That's what I want to do.
I don't know, I'd give quite a lot of it away, because otherwise what have you got to live for?
Oh, well, I think money's kind of the problem with the world, really, to be honest. So if I had all the money in the world, I'd get rid of it, because I think a lot of corruption and a lot of greed comes from the fact that we've got money.
I used to work with this gentleman, good-looking gentleman. Rich, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do?
Well, I mean, I guess charity's got to be fairly high up there on the list of priorities. I certainly would help the family out. I mean, there'd be some strange second cousins coming out of the woodwork, no doubt, if I did have all the money in the world. But essentially, yes, it would be charity in the family, I think.
Well, I've got everything I need. Really give it to charity.
Would you?
Yeah. Got everything I need.
And that's family you're talking about?
This one.
Do you know what? Sometimes, Des, I reckon you could get an interview out of one of those statues.
That's asking some, mate.
You had a good week, though, because you've met a lot of people, haven't you?
I always have a great week, and then it's down to you, to be honest.
And on that note, that's it from Worker Week this week. Just one more question. How does that rap go again?
Yeah, this is my rap. You've got to tip my hat, yeah, but you've got to have a bit of rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm.
Do it again.
This is my hat. I've got to tip my hat, yeah?
Bong bong. Is that it? We got it?
Get out of here.